Hi, this is Live and Thrive, where it is our desire to see you truly succeed, living healthier, wealthier, and wiser. Towards our purpose, we'll be sharing skills, tips, and lessons for successful living. So today, Tony is here with me as we talk about purpose. So, Tony, it's nice to have you here.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Yeah. Purpose. So, what is purpose? Why are we here? Do you know why I'm asking this question? Uh, I've come to realize that a lot of people go through life frustrated, disgruntled, depressed, sometimes even uh, begin to consider suicide. So, why are we here? It's important to know our purpose.
Well, purpose, I must say, is the fundamental thing of it all. It's the why we do whatever it is that we want to do as important things in our lives. If you can establish your why, you have a better sense of determination and resolve. And with that, you are inspired to take action and make decisions toward that purpose. Essentially, your purpose is that impact you want to have, either on your community or even in the whole of humanity itself. Usually, it depends on what you hold dear, what you think is valuable to be, and your belief system. Usually, it also would be wise if you think of something that can bring you joy and fulfillment and a sort of a balance in your life. You know, it's sort of, you think in terms of what you are passionate about, where your talents are, or even helping others, or simply just making a living. So simply put, your purpose is why. If you need to, for you to be able to establish your purpose, you need to dig deep inside and try to see why. What is it you really wish to do in this world? So by the time you do that, you would have been able to articulate a sort of a high-level purpose that you wish to achieve. An example could be someone who just loves children so much and wants to do something for children. So you could have a purpose like, I will be there for the children in the world. So that's a purpose.
Amazing. So now we know our purpose. What do we do with it? We found our purpose. What do we do with our purpose?
So like I said, purpose is why you are doing whatever you are doing. So once you have understood a reason for doing it, it's, of course, important to now focus on what it is you could do. And that what is your purpose. I mean, that what is your vision. Now, here's the vision. A vision is, you know, it's something in your mind's eye. You are envisioning how you are going to be able to do something that will help you achieve that purpose. So if you do things right, this is what should happen at the end of the day. Like I was talking about that person that wants to help children, he could determine that, hey, a very good way of helping children is to become a pediatrician. That's a doctor for kids. So now he has zoned in and he has a picture of himself wearing that white gown, sitting down in his office and talking to kids and helping them to be well. Now, that is how your vision is put together. But for us to be able to also think about our vision, I've found out that there are about 5 or 6 areas in which you can wrap your vision around. Usually, and firstly, you think about your friends and your family and your neighbors and the world. That's people around you. You could have a vision around people around you. You could want to become known as a positive, supportive person, for example. Or your vision could be drawn around your spirituality. You want to be a better person. You want to be an ethical person. Your vision could also be drawn around your health and wellness. Talking about being fit and living long. And don't forget, your wellness is very important for you to be able to achieve your purpose, because
True.
only live people do things. So you want to be alive long enough to achieve your purpose. Other areas you could have vision will be developing yourself mentally and physically and emotionally, sort of like you are learning to live a more authentic life. One other area, of course, is in your area of your career or finances. You could set a vision of yourself being financially free or not owing people. Now, the good thing about this vision is that it enables you, it helps you zero in on the kind of things you are going to be doing such that you can achieve that your ultimate purpose. And this is what happens. When you have determined your why, which is your purpose, and the what, which is your vision, it is now easy to look at how you are going to, because there are specific action steps you will take to achieve that vision. And that will be the goals you set. So an example is, for that pediatrician wannabe, the goals he will set for himself will be goals like, I have to graduate medical school by so age. That's a goal, a how for being a pediatrician, for being able to help children. So you can see how it all cascades from first a purpose, then to a vision, then to goal setting. We'll be taking more time to discuss goal setting because there are specific skills required to do it properly. But in summarizing this element, I want to say something very important that Steve Jobs said. Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. That vision will pull you. And that's usually the best way to achieve things in life. So that essentially is what you do with your purpose.
Oh, so you just said vision is a big picture of the future that we want to get to. So that's the destination. But you know what they say, that you cannot really feature in a future that you've not been able to picture. So you need to picture it. And that's the place of vision. Thank you for that. So vision must be very, very important. So what are the steps that we need to take towards envisioning?
Okay, there are very many tools out there you can use, because I always recommend the use of tools to make whatever we do easier and trackable. The tool I recommend for envisioning is called Ikigai. It is spelled Ikigai, which essentially translates to your reason for being. It is a guide to discover what you are yourself and how you can be of assistance to others. So the way this technique works is that you look at 4 areas that you can see yourself playing in. The first area is the things you love to do. Let's take our pediatrician, for example. Maybe in the course of your life, you found out that you love being with children. You feel very bad when children are sick. Now you would love to be there to help them. So it's already something that person loves to do. Another area of concern is what things are you good at? So whether we like it or not, we have strengths and weaknesses. You definitely will be looking at what things you are good at when you are thinking of your overall purpose in life. Now, let me give you an example here again. I will use myself. I'm a very lazy reader. And because of that, I don't go through, I prefer to learn by either listening to podcasts or watching instructional videos. So now imagine if I decided to have a career in, say, law, where I need to research thousands and thousands of pages in order to be an effective lawyer, to represent my clients properly. It's not to say that I won't be able to do it, but I will have to completely reconfigure my life in order to be able to do it. So when you are thinking of your purpose, it's always a useful thing to look at what you are good at. The third area is looking at what benefits the world, what is good for the community. It's also a useful area to look at. And the final one is, what can you be recognized for? What can you take gains or advantage for doing? So by the time you combine all these 4, if it is possible for you to find that spot where all these 4 things are working for you, then that is the direction that is probably most suited for you. But then life doesn't always give us everything we want. So there will be situations where you are good at something and you love it and you love doing it. Such a thing is what I'll call your passion. I know somebody that has a passion for fashion, for example. But being able to convert those two, and the world, of course, needs things to wear, but you may not be able to convert all of that into your overall impactful self. So when you have a passion, you could actually go for it. But if you are good at something that people will pay you for, then you have what I'll call your profession. So if you're thinking of a career, for example, your career path should be tied more toward things you are good at and things that you'll be paid for. There are other things that the world needs, and you get paid for them. Those are vocations. But there are times you do things just to help other people, and you are not thinking of making any gain out of it. Those are scenarios that you call them your mission. I'm sure you have heard of people who volunteer to maybe pick up plastics on beaches just to ensure that those beaches are clean. They even put in their money. Such activities are what I'll call your mission. You see, the idea behind this is not such that you will look at how much you are going to gain, but what you can contribute meaningfully to both yourself and the larger society. So, in essence, by the time you do your Ikigai analysis, you will be able to draw up some vision statements that will guide you toward the kind of things you are going to do in fulfilling your purpose. And most importantly, when you have done all this, you must document it. I always recommend documenting all the important decisions you have made so that you can always go back to them to either update them or to actually see that you are following through with what you have planned to do. I even would suggest for your high-level purpose, you can print it out on a small poster-sized board and put it on your wall so that every day you are reminded of that purpose you have set for yourself. So that's, in a nutshell, is the way you go about it.
Wow, so amazing. Document it. Yes, write the vision down. If you don't write it down, it will soon just go away. But I love the Ikigai tool. It's worth studying. I would love to really go deeper into the Ikigai tool. And then, what I love most? The sweet spot. Imagine being at that spot where you really love doing something, you are passionate about something, you can do it very well, and then the world needs it. They will reward you for it. They will recognize you for it. And then somebody will be willing to pay for it. Imagine making a fortune from your passion. That will be the sweetest spot.